Hey, what's up guys? It's Jamaal, Womack. You're gonna take a walk in my neighborhood right now. I live in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, but some people will joke around because I'm originally from the Bronx, New York, and I rep the Bronx to the day I die. Currently right now, I'm the assistant men's basketball coach at St. Francis College in Brooklyn, New York, the Terriers of Brooklyn, and I'm lucky. I got the dream job. I used to play basketball at St. Francis from 2005 to 2009. They did a great job of bringing me back and giving me the pleasure to work with some young guys and help them on their careers and their futures. When I was in school, I studied political science, so I got my degree in political science, so I'm very well versed on the news and current events and politics, and those are things that I like to stay up on as well as basketball. I think the game of college basketball right now is good. You know, if you look at the TV ratings, they're very, very high. So a lot of people are watching the games. If you go into arenas and you see the games on ESPN and different networks, it seems like a lot of families are going out there and enjoying the games. The Final Four is always one of the biggest sporting events in the United States of America. Everybody knows about March Madness, so I think college basketball right now is headed in the right way. I still think there's some things that they can work on. You know, I think we have way too many transfers in college basketball. The transferring every year has gone up in numbers, and you know, kids are leaving schools at a record pace, and I think that's something we need to figure out and work on it. See, why are they really transferring? Is it just for playing? Is it for academics? Is it for living situations? I think they need to hone in a little bit more on the transfer situation. I heard some rumblings the other day that Adam Silver is actually considering allowing guys to go straight to the NBA from the high school ranks, and I think that's the right decision. You know, in other sports, they're allowed to go straight and make a living and earn a living. You know, guys can go straight into soccer and earn a living at a young age. You know, in baseball, you can go straight out of high school if you're good enough. I think in the NBA, if you're good enough, you should be able to go straight out of high school. Think about all the talented players, you know, the Kobe Bryants, the Kevin Garnetts, the LeBron James, the Amari Stoudemires, who are ready for the NBA. Now, I know what my critics are gonna say. They're gonna say, well, what about the 9 or 10 guys who don't make it? Well, they have enough money after their 1 or 2, 3 years in the NBA to still go and get a degree and study whatever they want to go study. And that's the great thing about it. You're earning enough money in the NBA for 3 years that you can go to any college throughout the United States and get an education. So I think sometimes you got to take the opportunity while it's there. You know, who knows what will happen if you get injured or you're not allowed to go to the NBA after that. So I really hope they do change that rule back. My thoughts on people saying Kevin Durant and LeBron James ruined the NBA. It's a lie. If you look at the numbers, the finals have been watched 22% at a higher rate than last year's NBA finals. Rivalries is what everyone wants. How many times do people like watching Boston versus the Yankees or the Giants versus the Patriots? They love it. They love rivalries, and this is no different. You got 2 of the top 5 players in the league duking it out, mano-a-mano, back and forth. I think it's great for the NBA. I do, however, think they're gonna have to fix the situation with super teams so other smaller markets have a shot, and I think they did that. They did that with the different CPA rules where you can keep a player and offer them more money and actually offer them higher money than actually a free agent. So when people say they ruined the league, I think it's nonsense. I think this is great for the league. I think it'll balance out. No one was complaining when the Lakers and the Celtics were winning 18 out of 20-something championships. No one thought that ruined the league. When Jordan won 6 out of 9 years, I didn't people saying that ruined the league. You know, when it was only 4 or 5 franchises winning all the rings in the last 25 years, they didn't say that ruined the league. So why are these guys gonna ruin the league? I think people are just upset that for the first time, players took matters into their own hands and decided where they wanna go. You as a player gotta decide where you wanna live, where you wanna raise your family, if you wanna win or not. We killed Carmelo Anthony because he's never won a ring, but yet we wanna throw LeBron James and throw Kevin Durant on a cross and crucify them for going to a team to win a ring. Which one is it? You can't have it both ways. I stumbled on something that kind of got my nerves going. You know, I know all you guys heard about LeBron James and his house was vandalized in his Brentwood home in California. And, you know, they put a derogatory comment, they put a racist slur on his fence. And, you know, he talked about it and he said what it meant to him. He said how he felt. He said how hurt he felt. He said it reminded him of some other racist acts that happened in the past. He made a comment saying the first thing that came to his mind was the story his mother told him about Emmett Till and the casket being left open so people can see what racism did. And then I watched a reporter who had an opinion, like everybody has an opinion and they're entitled to it, just like I'm entitled to mine. And I just want to rebut some of the stuff that he talked about. He said because LeBron James is rich, he was victimizing what happened to him. He said rich people don't deal with racism. He said it was nothing but an inconvenience to LeBron James. Somebody just had to clean the word off of his fence. And I think that's what's the problem with the world right now. Those of us who think we're not connected, or we think we're not hurt, or we're not directly involved with a situation, think it's okay because it hasn't affected us. Jason Whitlock feels like because he's rich, racism doesn't affect him. But what if every person thought like that? What if every rich person thought because it doesn't affect me, I'm not gonna speak out on it? If LeBron James didn't talk about it because he had how many millions in his wallet or how many millions in his bank account, then others would think that it's okay to do it and continue to do it. We can't allow that. Jason Whitlock, I respect you. I think you have some great opinions, but just not on this one. I think as Americans, we all need to see what's wrong in the world, and we all need to talk about things when they are wrong, regardless if it has an issue or not with you personally. I think if you don't say something, you are adding to the problem. And I think your comments are insensitive, and I think your comments are dangerous, saying that because you're a certain status or you have a certain amount of money in this world, you're immune to different things. Racism has no price tag. It's something that affects everyone.